And greetings to all summoners. Good evening once again. I am Sphere.
And I'm Jay.
You're watching the Garena Premier League 2014 Summer Season, Week 1, Day 3 ngayong araw na ito. So, eto na naman ngayon laban. This is the third match for tonight.
Yes,
And
that's right.
it's a match between Team Machi Esports versus Team ng Insidious Gaming Rebirth. So, kanina, dapat sa pagitan ng Team AHQ Fighters versus Team Insidious Gaming Legend. So, it's different. There's a difference between Legend and Rebirth. Yung Legend, ito yung kanilang team before. Or I mean, ito yung original na Insidious Gaming.
That's
And
right.
we have here the Insidious Gaming Rebirth na yung bagong pasok from Singapore. And they're the ones who defeated Team Singapore Sentinels to reach the Garena Premier League.
That's right.
So this is it mga kaibigan. Let's go sa ating banning phase. Here it is. Match Esports versus Team IGR.
Yeah, so Maki Esports have already banned out Syndra, Kha'Zix, and Lee Sin. By the way, they will be playing on the blue side today. And on the purple side, we have Twisted Fate and Cassidy banned out by IGR so far. And we're waiting for their last ban. I think there might be a penalty ban. Yes, there is a penalty ban. So they will have one less ban for this particular game. Maki Esports,
idea why they had
well,
penalty ban?
based at the time, I think it might be because they may have been late.
Oh,
It
so
could
yeah.
have been that. That could be the reason. I'm not sure. Or maybe that due to a previous game. I'm not sure. Maybe
We have
somebody
some
might have.
certain reasons. Like, halimbawa, if ever na they left the game before the word victory came out,
Yeah.
hindi sila dapat mag-left doon.
Most
So,
likely, most probably be that. Most of the time, that's what normally where the penalties come out for -1 ban. So first pickup from Maki Esports is the Kale.
Wow, Kale.
Kale will definitely be in the top lane. There's no doubt about it.
right.
So
Possible for top lane, possible for jungler, possible din for the mid lane. So, this is very interesting. This is a bait pick for team of Machi Esports. They have the advantage here pagdating pala sa picking phase. If ever na kung sino yung mga possible na maging mind play dito or kung paano yung possible na maging pick ng team IGR dito, that could be very, I mean, that would give them a lot of disadvantage kung sino yung mga possible na pick nila. Like, here we have Shyvana and Evelyn for their first two pick. Or yes, they changed to
last
Jax
second
dito.
Jax here. So Jax, of course, really can actually duel anybody on a one-on-one. Of course, the Kale's intervention gives protection for a very long time. So it might be very detrimental for Jax if he decides to go one-on-one with Maki Golem on that kill. If he does go with that kill in the top lane, especially once they hit level 6. So this is actually a good counter to most mid lane and top laners. So Kale would have no problems in whichever lane he picks or he will be going to. So Maki Esports will now pick. Looks like they're hovering over some champions here. They were thinking of picking up Jarvan, maybe the jungle,
AD carries.
maybe the support. I wouldn't be surprised if they lock in the Thresh and Lucian. We've been seeing Thresh and Lucian
Once again,
quite a lot. It's sometimes Thresh and Twitch, and they've been dominating most of the games. Anybody with Thresh right now have been really strong lanes, so Thresh is really going to be a hot pick. I'm surprised no one has banned Thresh yet this season. We've seen a lot of Thresh bans in the previous seasons, and so far this season there hasn't been any Thresh bans. So we'll have to see
yes.
as the season progresses if they start banning out Thresh. Those death sentences are really deadly, just like the name it is.
And yes, as much as people are trying to get a Thresh for your support role, and their opponent is trying to counter that kind of pick ito, like getting Morgana for their champion. Unfortunately, wala pa akong nakakitang nagsasucceed na kumukuha ng Morgana to counter Thresh dito. Unfortunately, they are losing the laning phase and they're losing the game. That's
Yeah.
pretty bad for every team dito.
It's really hard to play against the Thresh. He's just so well rounded. He's got a star, a hook. He's got which actually acts like a stun. His first how many seconds hindi makakagalaw yung champion, and then of course he's got the flay, which is basically a whole area of movement displacement.
And
then he's
you
got the
won't be
box,
surprised if ever
which is so
that-
huge, which can
Yes.
slow down so many champions, and he even has a shield or lantern which can either pull to save
Yes.
teammates
So
or to
you-
initiate. It's just
We'll be surprised if ever na mayroong bigla dumating dito from your opponent, like the jungler, to survive. I mean, to respond and help your their teammate to survive the team fight that that is about to happen here
Yeah,
in
and
any lanes. Mga
even
nakikita
those
natin.
with the flash, it even makes him even crazier. We've seen so many plays where he would throw his hook and flash just to catch somebody, or the other way around, he'd flash and carry somebody with his lantern so far across the map just to chase down champions. It's really exciting to see those kind of plays from Thresh. So we'll have to
Yes.
see if Maki, D, and Dreamer on the Thresh and Lucian will show a wonderful game in this.
Well, we never know what might happen dito sa laban before ng Team Maki Esports. Unfortunately, they lost uh very hard dito sa laban nila. I think it was against Team TPA.
Yeah, actually their first game of the season they went 0 15
0-18 or
0.
0-15.
0-15-0 against TPA. Yes, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken, it was TPA.
That's
So
very...
anyway, IGR have picked up already a Nami. Nami is a good pick actually against that. Of course, he still has to be careful not getting caught by those death sentences by the very least. And of course, we've got the Twitch here. Twitch and Lucian, I'd say are the top picks right now for AD carry
Yes, you
roles
never know what
in the
might
league right
happen dito
now.
for Nami in the bottom lane. It can counter Thresh and Lucian in the bottom lane, or it can be a burden for their team. Kasi it's all about how he play for the support role of team ng IGR dito. Kasi when you say a Nami champion, hindi mo masasabing, parang mahirap yata to parang this champion can counter us, can defeat our team. You can say that it all depends on how he will play his role dito, being the warder, using that aqua prison that can set the face of the game, especially
Yes.
yung kanyang tidal wave dito. We have Nami that can initiate a team fight. So,
Yes, so
it's all about kung paano siya magiging effective.
So Maki already showing their hand. They picked up a Kale for the mid lane, and then of course Irelia will be the top lane, and Jarvan in the jungle. They were already showing their Jarvan a while ago. Looks like they were really planning to pick up that Irelia and Jarvan in this particular game. On IGR side, of course, their last pick would be a Nidalee for the mid lane, going against the Kale. Of course, Nidalee is a pretty safe champion in the mid lane. He has a nice range poke and has, of course, the Cougar form, which allows him to move really quickly around, in brushes to roam around the map. So we will be seeing a very exciting roaming game, most likely from Floda and Ender on those kills, and Nidalee. Of course, we can see here that pick of the Evelyn, which is very
Yes.
deadly since she's invisible and allows her to pass through regular wards without any problem.
Let's talk about the lineup dito. We have Irelia, Jarvan, Kale, Lucian and Thresh versus Jax, Evelyn, Nidalee, Twitch, and Nami. For team of Machi Esports, they have two champion that na meron pang gap closing. We have three, actually four champion of their team ay meron pang gap closing ability. We have the death sentence from Thresh that can use once again. I mean, pag kinuha niya ulit yun, he can go in and then dive into initiate the team fight dito. We have the Jarvan that can use the Dimash Stunner, the Dragon Strike. We have Kale, we have here Irelia. I'm pretty sure that she can initiate here the team fight as well. So these four champion na possible na pumasok dito, they have one champion that can use supporting skills like the intervention from Kale. We have the Dark Passage from Thresh dito na if ever na pumilit silang pumasok dito, Dark Passage can save one champion or yung Lantern ni Thresh dito.
Yes.
So for lineup of Team IGR, they have Jax, they have Evelyn, two champions that can be very effective in the laning phase, can go for a tanky build or can go for a more on burst damage dito, but they have Nidalee, like what you've said, mobility champion. They have kapag nag-Cougar form siya, not only yung kanyang damage output can be very effective against their opponent, but also yung kanyang mobility dito na kaya niya tumakbo kagad after niya pumik na isang champion. Especially yung kanyang poke potential dito against their opponent. He can use that spear to give enough damage output from Machi Esports before initiating the team fight. They have Nami to support their comrades. They have Twitch from the backline that can use the sneaky, yung kanyang Q dito, and also yung kanyang Ratata to give enough damage to make sure that they can win a team fight dito.
Yes, alright, so we can see here Evelyn trying to scout out there, putting down a ward. Lots of pings coming from the blue side here, and Maki Esports are trying to make up a play here, although they're not all together, so it's very dangerous if they're ever gonna get caught there. Wards placed down, Dreamer almost getting spotted by IGR there. Of course,
So
she's all alone there in
far,
the bottom lane.
yes, they're looking at Machi Golem here, trying to wait for his chance to put a vision ward or at least a sight ward. He at least
Yeah,
can see,
LY by the way is also another member from formerly of HCS in the ISG Rebirth this time around, while a while ago we saw Equivocal, so a lot of these players also
Yes.
come
Alam
from the
mo,
original batch of SCS players.
not only in LCS tayo, NA and EU ang nagkaroon ng napakaraming roster changes, but also in the GPL and even in the local scene. We have we have pro players that
Even
switching
even
from teams.
the champions, Type A Assassins, have some major roster changes with Chowie
Chowie in the mid lane.
and wins from TPS here. So It's a very, very interesting thing to see that all these changes are here. They really want to make a big impact this season.
Yes.
As it is the final season, their last chance to get us a chance to get the Worlds.
Yes, like the usual mga kaibigan, Team IGR and Team Matchy Esports goes for their respective buffs, getting the red buff first, and the duo bot lane. And this is the first time na, this is the second time, like kanina naglaban din dito, nag-shotcast tayo ng 2 versus 2, the usual laning phase dito in the bottom lane. And like what I've said, it's all about how Nami will play his role to win against at Lucian and Thresh. And Thresh as well, hindi mo siya pwedeng masabi na it's a threat for your team kasi nga paano kung hindi siya magaling mag-death sentence? Paano kung hindi siya marunong gumamit ng kanyang play, yung dark passage niya o yung the box niya? It's all about how, well, sa lahat naman, it's all about how they play. But looking at the score at this point of time, 0-0 pa rin in the early part of the game, wala pa rin gank na nangyayari from the junglers.
Yeah, so this is the second game that we're shoutcasting here that has a normal start, no funny things here, no late invades, no early invades, no group invades, no buddy system, no 4v1 0 lanes or 2.
This is the meta.
Yeah, this is the
of
standard
League of
meta.
Legends.
Yes. So as you can see here, basically standard farm. Everybody's just picking up some of their CS on their own lane. Thresh landing a nice death sentence here.
Once again for Vera. Vera taking a lot of damage. He has to use the spray, but here comes YGJ. Or WJ in from the back line, but here comes Magi Ender in the mid lane trying to use a flash in, almost there, but the heal saved a Floda in the mid lane dito.
And they're going very deep into the tower of IGR. They're almost going down. If he got hit by that early spear from Nidalee, I think he might have went down.
Win for both teams dito since they both burned their flashes, and actually both of their summoner spells has been burned in the mid lane after na nangyari kanina. Though this is going to be very hard for Nidalee since hindi pa siya level 6. Well, for Kill as well. But both a champion in the mid lane have their sustained power. They have the heal for themselves to make sure that they can survive the laning phase.
And actually also here in the top lane, Irelia has really good sustain. Another champion we haven't seen quite a while now in the competitive scene. Irelia used to be very popular back in Season 2. Used to be one of the champions that you'd see always going against Renekton.
He's like Riven, he's like Cassidy before na ang daming reklamo, ang daming champion, daming player na gustong i-nerf siya. And until now, hindi mo masabi na she's been weakened. But here comes the Gak, mga kaibigan. A good dive in for JK in the bottom lane, managed to pick up a kill. And take note, it's the AD carry ang nakuha nila dito in the bottom lane. So they have the advantage here. CS difference now. Probably go for the advantage of Lucian. Wow, a flash out from Golem, but not enough for team of IGR.
Yes, medyo nahalata niya na may something fishy kasi Jax using his counter-strike for no reason and standing behind him. He already knew that somebody was gonna come there, and Evelyn, since she's being invisible...
And actually, one of the reasons why Irelia is still effective up until now is because yung kanyang passive skill, as you can see, they have here, yung kanyang, they call this yung babawas ang duration ng kanyang...
Yes, tenacity,
yes,
basically.
para sa super tenacity
Mm-hmm.
was champion. So, hindi na kailangan bumuo ng Mercury Threads or any item for tenacity purposes. But since meron siya passive skill dito, like Jax, I don't think Jax can surely kill him or her with that counter-strike.
Alright, so Ender here and Flo, still in the going 1-1. I believe if I'm not mistaken, Maki Ender did hit top 1 in the Challenger in the Taiwan region a few weeks ago. I'm not sure if he's still in the top 1 right now, but of course Maki Ender is supposedly one of the top players right now in Taiwan still, and he's one of the stars here on Maki's team right now. Their mid laner actually from Maki's Esports did leave them, so they had to put in a substitute. That's why they lost their first game. Hopefully they've already made the correct adjustments in this game too. Well, so far I think it's a good start for them. They were able to pick up 1 kill.
Wow, Floda against 2 champion in the mid lane. A very good job for JK. He is doing his jungling route pretty well dito. Kung saan napapansin mo, all of his ganks has been up until now is pretty much successful. So like what you've said kanina, the top laner of Team Machi Esports na si Golem ay a challenger player, or up until now I think the top 1 challenger player in the Taiwan. So from a normal solo queuer dito na hanggang ngayon ay nasa GPL na with his own team. And I think itong buong Machi Esports ay mga team members na nasa challenger lang at binuo nila ang kanilang team dito. So in terms of strategies or team fight, they're not that kind of a solid pa kasi medyo bago pa lang yung kanilang team dito. Still, they made their way to the GPL, so I doubt that they are not that good. But I think they have the idea of doing similar strategies than the other teams dito or any other meta for their team. Like what we are seeing, we are looking LY4. Ano po pwedeng tawag dito kay Jax? LY na lang para mas cool. For LY in the top lane, we are looking at these two champion here. So far, wala pang nakakuha ng kills sa kanila. And they have around sobrang liit lang na CS difference sa laban na to.
Yes, as you saw there just a few seconds ago, Makidi and Lucian laying a lot of damage onto Valkyrie and Vera. Of course, you can see here Vera using his health pots, or Valkyrie using his health pots to heal up some of the damage he just received. Golem is in a very dangerous position here. He wants to dive LY, but Counter-Strike will definitely negate a lot of the damage coming from Irelia.
Wow, death sentence from Dreamer, but since nasa turret siya doon, they can't initiate the team fight here, and they have to back out. Sinabi na to. UNC, kapag tumama lang na isang beses ang Aqua Prison na magagaling kay Vera dito, we just turn around the team fight, and here comes Evelyn trying to wait for his chance to gank the bottom lane dito. I think if possible na mag-succeed sila sa pag-gank dito, will go down and they will have the disadvantage, a huge disadvantage dito pag nagpatuloy ang ginagawa nila. Machi Esports somehow managed to shove the top lane, and this got around half of that first tier turret HP. And here comes the gang, mga kaibigan. They're trying to get the first dragon of the game. A good death sentence from Dreamer dito. Wow, almost enough for that spear from Floda, but no good for their team. And a good plan for Team Nemaki Esports dito to stop that dragon fight. I mean to stop the team IGR dito taking the first dragon, though they're aware that Jarvan is in the top lane dito. So as much as possible they're trying to get the dragon. But no, napakataas na mobility ni Jarvan dito, though wala siyang boot spot at this point of time. Meron na siyang Spirit of the Elder Wizard. And this first dragon of the game goes to Mikey Esports. It took a lot of they have around 2,600 gold difference at this point of time.
That's right. So right now Maki with a nice comfortable 2.6k gold advantage over IGR right now. Picking up 3 kills and the dragon in the first 10 minutes of the game, giving them that slight advantage over IGR. Let's see how they transition their items and build a bigger lead as the game progresses. Right now, we can see here in the top lane, LY versus Golem. Pretty passive laning. Jax on a slight lead in CS here, building into his Blade of the Ruin King already, while Irelia looks like will be rushing the Trinity Force for herself. As you can see here, Sheen has been completed. Mage is already up next for Irelia. And then Jax will probably go straight for that.
Ender versus Flora in the mid. Oops, grabe disengage. And I think hindi niya ganun na napansin na Evelyn was almost there to respond here in the top lane. And he got stunned. LY taking out of damage from Golem dito. Was forced to use that ultimate skill. Here comes J Kane. A good leap out from Jax dito. And he managed to get away in the top lane. So far, it's the first failed gank or unsuccessful gank for Jarvan dito.
Loda taking a lot of damage from Kayle right now. Kayle doing a really good job of keeping Nidalee on her toes here, and you see Weiji trying to do a sneaky attempt here in the bottom lane. Still invisible. There we go, the initiation!
Just in time, mga kaibigan. YJ is finding the bottom lane. A good box. Here comes the kill. Dreamer's about to get away, and no good. Almost there. Death sentence. Nice job for that minion blocking the death sentence.
they weren't able to pick up a kill there. They were able to use both initiations onto them, but somehow Maki was able to still turn
Yes,
that
they
fight
turned out the
around.
team fight doon. Kung makapansin mo, it was almost, IGR was almost there to successfully end the life of Maki Esports in the bottom lane. Though, mapapansin mo dito na medyo siguro nagkaroon sila ng, I mean, their damage output was not enough. Twitch used his Ratata, but no good for their team. Hindi sila nakakuha na kahit isang champion dito. And the pinaka-naging problema nila, he used that ambush to disengage in the bottom lane, not to initiate a team fight dito. So in terms of attack speed, wala siyang ganong enough attack speed dito. And they saw Jarvan coming in, so they have to disengage in the bottom lane. 3-0 score, 4.1k point of time in favor team ng Maki Esports. But nanganganib ang boy ni Ender dito against YJ. I don't think he have enough movement speed. Wala siyang boots against a kill. Both the champion in the mid don't have their boots, but since meron siyang heal, gamitin niyo yung W. Wow, 5 seconds left before that Dark Frenzy. Just a cooldown, but Jarvan is here. Game, no good for his champion.
Yeah, Jarvan trying to turn it around there. Evelyn does a nice sidestep to the side, going to the bottom lane right now. Will be coming from behind. Lucian is
this is going to be very dangerous for their team. I'm pretty sure that they can
Nice!
manage to pick up a little good
Here.
Aqua Prison, mga kaibigan. Maki, Dreamer goes down, and T, the next on the target list. No, will we be able to pick up another kill? Yes! Very good job for Maki D in the bottom lane.
Yes, there was a pink ward there, so he has good vision of Evelyn there. Although I'm surprised Twitch decided not to destroy that ward yet. He should have at least spotted that here.
Cataclysm in the mid lane, Floda. I don't think that came out very well. Siguro na tumalon yung kanyang mouse sa baba. Kaya instead of leaping out with the cougar form doon sa Cataclysm, lalo pa siyang pumasok sa loob ng Cataclysm.
Yeah, right now actually Nidalee Sleep will, of course, most Nidalee players know that Nidalee jumps towards the direction of Nidalee, but in the upcoming patches they're planning to change it to where the mouse cursor is. So that'll be an interesting change. Definitely
Also,
something adjusted.
I think medyo it's because he's facing the other way around.
That's right.
Maybe that's the
Alright,
reason why.
It'll be really exciting to see how the change will affect
Evelyn diving in, mga kaibigan. Golem against two champion of team IGR, flashing from LY, but no good. Not enough for himself to pick up a kill in the top lane dito.
And there
Maki
you go.
Golem managed to get away.
Just like you were talking about a while ago, that built-in tenacity he has from his passive, allowing denying all that slow coming from IGR here.
And
Jarvan,
responded
nice
very
combo.
well. Wow, what a turnaround for Team Maki Esports dito. And it's a payback time for their team once they responded in the top lane dito. And that gave a lot of disadvantage for team of IGR. Point of time 8-1 score. Yet again, almost 6k goal difference.
Yeah, and just to point out actually, Maki and IGR are both new teams in the GPL league. So
Yes, that sentence connected very well once again in the bottom lane. And yes, Vera goes down.
right, Maki doing a really good job of harassing LY here right now, and I'm sorry, Valkyrie.
Maki being very aggressive dito. A good flash out. Kitang-kita mo naman doon. Did it with the right timing. And this is one of the most important thing. This is one of the most essential way to win against a Twitch. Bring your own vision
nice
board.
spear from Floda there, and then catching the end of that spear. Floda trying to clear the minion wave here.
He got his Nashor's Tooth. And I think it's about time to get the Runa's Hurricane for his next item.
Alright, so Vera will be standing here in the mid lane trying to slow down the push of the minions here while Floda cleared the minions on the side camp. And there we see a pounce there, clearing out that wave. LY there, clearing up the top wave, and will be going back to base. I think he should be able to complete his... No, I'm sorry, he did not complete his Blade of the Ruin King. He decided to go for a Trinity Force as well right now. He's already
He knows
completed his
his
phase.
disadvantage in the top lane, so he decided not to get yung kanyang Blade of the Ruin King first. Before, kasi alam mo yung ang laki nung kailangan mong ipunin eh. 1,800 after you got that Bilgewater Cutlass.
Yes, it is really. I find that recipe being 1000 be a little bit heavy. They've reduced most of the other items that had a similar problem before, but they have not done that yet for that particular item. So I expect to see a change in that probably in the future. We'll have to see how that turns out. Right now, though, another dragon picked up by Maki Esports here. Their gold lead is now over 7,000 right now. I believe, I'm sorry, it's already 8,700 right now, and that's a huge gold lead. 70 minutes into the game, Maki 9 kills advantage and 3 towers ahead of IGR. IGR are faltering really fast here. They need to start making some plays here if they want to win this game.
Yes, looking at the vision of Team Maki Esports, they're more on the aggressive mode. They have here the Vision Ward. They have the Vision Ward here to secure the objective of controlling the whole map of Team IGR. So they can't defend their base, the second tier turrets very well. Kasi alam nila na once na may paparating na from Team IGR, they have to disengage. They have to back away from that laning phase dito and wait for their chance to initiate once na mayroon na silang enough teammates dito. They successfully got the second tier turret in the mid lane, and this is going to be very dangerous for Team of IGR without that enough map control. Here comes the intervention. 2 champion in the mid lane. Wow, what a good response from JK dito. They managed to turn around this team fight, and it's a 1-1 score in the mid lane. Good.
And good splash coming from YJ there. YJ there. He could have, if he hit the wall, he would have surely gone down to Jarvan. So right now, Golem bullying out Jax out of his lane here.
Wow,
Twitch and Nami are trying to respond here. Yes. Dreamer putting down his lantern, trying to make some surprise plays, but no action will be happening there. I believe Lucian will take up the tower. Yes, another tower for Maki Esports here. 5-0.
So far, this point of time, Dreamer and D.
Parang
sila umalis sa
parang feeling ko galit yung Maki Esports dahil sa nangyari sa kanila nung first day, and this is their payback. They wanna give an awesome score to ibawi-bawi naman yung KDA nila na 0-15-0 nung first game. Now with a lot of kick kills here, they should even out their KDA for the season. Alright, so back into most of the members of Maki Esports did go back to base here. Thresh is still around in the jungle side of IGR here, putting down some wards, and probably gonna try to catch out some more players here in IGR. Askale will be joining him near the blue golem. Alright, so an attempted blue golem steal here. Ender will join Dreamer here. They try to pick up his golem. Yes,
almost,
just in time before that spear landing. If that spear connected before Ender killing that, for sure, Nidiri would have still gotten her blue buff.
Instead of getting the Runan's Hurricane, Maki Ender got his Rabadon's kung saan mas malaki lalo yung damage output coming from his champion, and he is more contented sa kung ano nabibigay sa kanyang attack speed ng Berserker's Graves and Nashor's Tooth as well. But so far, LY, here comes Evelyn, here comes JK, they're not aware. Nandito si Evelyn as well, and here comes the initiation mga kaibigan from JK dito. LY was about to go down. Ginamit na niya ang kanyang ambush, but YJ was left behind and he goes down. Killing spin na si JK dito. Not good mga kaibigan. Cataclysm!
Wow.
Two champion got caught with that Aqua Prison from Nami dito, but they're disengaging. They don't have enough health to dive in against 5 members of Team Maki Esports dito, so they have to disengage. They have to defend the third tier turret nila. Instead of going in mga kaibigan, Tidal Wave still on cooldown. Oh, third tier turret. Next, inhibitor turret goes down. That's from Maki Dreamer, the boss from to LYY, and LYY goes down with that Dimasha standard and Dragon Strike as well. The Cataclysm managed to pick up another kill in the top lane dito, and Vera goes down. It's a 2-for-1 exchange, and it is in favor of Maki Esports.
Yeah, I feel like IGR played really bad there, leaving Evelyn to die there. They were playing way too scared for me, if you ask me. They could have at least picked up 1 or 2 kills before backing up there, but since they were threatened by the presence of Ender there, as you see here, Ender going 4-1 and 5 so far in kill, is dominating already so far, and also Jarvan picking up 2 kills in the last fight there, going 5-0 and 4. Alright, so Valkyrie here already completed his Blade of the Ruin King. Looks like he'll probably build a static cube or maybe most likely a static shield, but probably even the Trinity Force or a Phantom Dancer, depending on what he feels like would be best for his champion here. Unable to pick up any. Well, he's already picked up 1 kill, but normally Twitch are able to pick up a lot of kills due to the AoE effect of his ultimate.
22-minute mark, 13-2 score. And lalo pang lumaki ang ating goal difference at this point of time. I'm pretty sure that Team Maki Esports can surely end this game.
It's about 15k already.
Oh, almost half of Ender's life. Just after niyang masalo ang isang spear lang from Floda dito. Yet again, either win kill. So cool in the mid lane dito.
Alright, so I'm surprised. Medyo nag-slow down yung Maki Esports. If I were them, they could easily go for the Baron right now. They're way ahead. They can easily bully out IGR. They just have to be careful of Floda. Probably they can pick up at least 1 champion.
And here comes the Aqua Prison, mga kaibigan. And then Dark Passage from Thresh. And that saved Ender's life in the mid lane. So far, next sa pinakamagandang advantage na meron kayo when you have Thresh. And that sentence connected very well once again. YJ can't do anything in the team fight dito, and he goes down.
Yeah, and Dreamer, like a boss there, just riding that wave there. Now they're gonna bully out that tower here, and they're trying to initiate a nice cataclysm coming from Jarvan. Loda trying to run on his life here, taken down by the rest of the Maki Esports.
A flash in from Dreamer dito to pick up another kill in the mid lane, and double kill for Lucian. Oh!
That was
turret.
surprising.
That Nexus turret, 2 inhibitor goes down atop in the bottom lane.
Galit yung tower.
And Maki Esports was about to end this game since 3 champion of team IGR ay hanggang ngayon ay hindi pa rin nagre-respond. And LY trying his best to defend this Nexus turret. He managed to pick up the life of Ender dito. LY and Vera chasing down Maki D and Maki Golem. They be able to get away here in this fight, or
Maki D
here comes the Bridgewater Cutlass. He's very fast, mga kaibigan. The buff from Dami as well. What a flash. What a team coordination for team ng
Maki
Esports.
Yes, and looks like they're gonna fight. Are they gonna fight? Yes, they're gonna fight.
Wow, what a turnaround dito from
that spear down to 1 HP. And IGR YJ picking up that last kill on Irelia. Jarvan's the only one left alive, and sorry, Thresh as well, but we see here that now Jarvan and Kale will be joining Thresh here in the mid lane. The only tower standing left for IGR is 1 Nexus tower and the turret in the mid lane protecting the inhibitor. So IGR has their work cut out for them while they stop all these super minions banging into their base right now, and as you can see here, they're having a really hard time stopping them from going to the next spot.
After nakuha ni Kale or itong si Ender yung kanyang Rabadon's death cap, ito siya ngayon, he got his Lunan's Hurricane for more attack speed and more damage output for team of IGR. It's going to be very hard for team IGR to get back. Wow! Patience is a virtue for team of Maki Esports dito, and they managed to pick up another kill here in the top lane or in the jungle. And 1 champion goes out.
So that's in big trouble here.
Red buff
on Jarvan, and very tanky. Nice kill. As you can see, JK not scared of the tower at all here. Dreamer and they're trying to take down the jungler from Evelyn. Narvan picking up another assist there, giving Ender the
Nexus
kill.
And yes, Nexus goes down. Congratulations Team Maki Esports for winning the game. This team of IGR. So far this game, sobrang ganda ng laban dito. Unfortunately, dumating tayo sa mid game, dumating tayo sa late game kung saan nakita natin yung talagang difference nila. Yung playstyle nila, yung kanilang pagiging isang yung tinatawag natin dito na the mid-game potential ng mga teams ay nakita mo na yung difference dito pagdating ng mid-game. So, what can you say about what happened sa laban na to?
Well, I have to say, based on all the games so far, all the way to this point, there hasn't been any really close games. There were a few, maybe a little bit close, but not that close. And most of the time, it's always a snowball or landslide victory for a particular team. Since day one, we've seen TPA, HQ, and now of course Maki Esports getting their ball rolling and picking up a nice strong victory over IGR here. So I feel like probably maybe because they're not yet used to the playstyle of their opposing teams with all the new teams and the player role swaps. So it's making a big impact really on the playstyle of all the teams here.
Yes.
So far right now, looking at the ending game stats right now, Jarvan going 6-0-10 and Maki D on a 5-1-6. Lucian being very dominating as well, including Maki Ender on that kill. As you can see, all the lanes were doing really well. Even in CS as well, they had a strong CS advantage over their opponents. Jack's probably the only one successfully farming toe-to-toe with Irelia in the top lane for IGR here. And Evelyn Impact was not as successful as they would have wanted it to be. We saw so many times Evelyn dying, being left behind by the rest of Maki because they just didn't have enough sustain or weren't tanky enough to take back the damage coming from Maki Esports.
Yes, and I think the only problem of Team IGR dito is, one reason, Floda got dominated in the mid lane. 0-6-4 for Nidalee against Kale. So you can see the goal difference sa kanilang dalawa, around 5k goal difference. Gold lead dito for Kale. It's kind of, talagang huge siya dito. So I don't think Floda did a pretty good job in the mid lane stopping or shutting down tong si Kale or tong si Ender. And Ender got enough item for his champion to make sure that they can win the skirmishes or the teamfight na mangyayari in the future.
Definitely Floda had his work cut out for him because like we said, Ender being a challenger player in Taiwan is definitely going to be somebody, especially on a one-on-one basis, he's going to be probably very good, has really good mechanical skills and plays really smart. And Floda, of course, I'm pretty sure he's good as well, but Ender, Taiwan's Challenger League is a little bit tougher than the other regions in the Southeast Asia, and this gives Maki Ender saying something, especially if he's going to go against people like BB and other famous TPA players who are in Challenger Series. So you can really expect a lot more from Ender, particularly in this game.
Yes, in terms of the jungling route naman as well, 6-10 for Maki Jkin or itong si Jarvan. Sobrang ganda na performance niya in the jungling route dito. He successfully managed to shut down any laning phase in top lane, the mid lane, and bihira siyang dumalaw sa bottom lane. Pero once na gumalaw siya sa bottom lane, it is a turn around. Pero mga kaibigan, mapapansin mo, everyone was there a lot of times. Sobrang daming beses na nandun siya, but they're failing. Kasi they have Thresh, they have Lucian dito. Both the champion can disengage the teamfight. They have the Dark Passage, the heal, and the flash out. Again mga kaibigan, congratulations for team of Maki Esports winning against team ng IGR into just Gaming Rebirth. So next game mga kaibigan, laban sa pagitan ng team War Gods versus team ng AHQ. And this is one of the most awaited matches for tonight. And again mga kaibigan, you're watching the Garena Premier League 2014 Summer Season. I am Sphere.
And I'm Jay.
Dito tayo ulit after a few minute break. Laban na naman sa pagitan ng War Gods at team ng HQ.